Jenny, I'm going to have you come up here and join me, please.
Okay.
Welcome, Jenny. Now here's the demo.
Okay.
Would you please step to the left? Now, for the audience, what direction was that? No, stay back over there. This is very important. For the audience, which direction was that?
Right.
Correct. When I first started doing speech contests, it took me a long time to realize that I had to mirror image my words for the audience against what I had been doing my entire life. For me, I found it on the left, and I moved it to the right. But for you, the audience of 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, 500 people, which I've spoken in front of, they suddenly see a road bump and have to do the math in their head of what it means coming out of my mouth in their lives. So it's on the left, but it's on our right. So put your right hand out, please. So for you, the audience, this is the left. And if it's on the right, Jenny and I will put our left hands out for you, the audience, to see it smoothly involved in your brain. It's on the right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Predilection for dancing. Left, right, right, left. Jenny, thank you very much.
That's not me, huh?
This idea of speaking for the audience to have to not do any math. So Brittany, if I'm saying it's on the left, and you see my right arm coming out, you don't think of it as being my right arm. You simply are like, yeah, he's pointing to the left. Duh. But as the speaker, we have to really break our habit of, this is the left, this is the right, and it's not for the audience. So we, the speaker, have to keep in mind what the audience is listening for, and as soon as I say it's on the right, you're like, wait a minute. And it's a roadblock in your brain, and you have to do some math to realize, what he means on his right, but that's my left? Is that what he means? I think he means my left and not his left. And as the speaker, when I first did speech contests, I had to write in the margins, stick out right hand to mean left. Stick out left hand to mean right. Because as the audience, there's a road bump in misinformation when I stick out this hand and say, oh yeah. And you're like, does he really mean that direction? Or does he mean this direction? And it's math. And you'll forget. You won't hear the next 5 or 10 words I say while you're doing the math of which direction does he actually mean? Because what I'm seeing is one thing, hand out this direction, but he said something that's opposite from what I'm seeing. And Toastmasters helped me through this concept of left, right, left, right. No, it's left, right, left, right. And what that means is left on my right arm, right on my left arm. It took me a long time to get used to that. When I'm discussing my childhood, I'm going to stand over here. High school is going to be here. College is going to be here. Job is going to be here. So from your point of view, you're like, yep, makes perfect sense. I read in English from left to right. So it makes sense that I would want you to see me progress in a timeline from left to right. But from the speaker's point of view, it's weird and discombobulated. I have, in my conversation with you one-on-one, I could get away with, I went to grade school, then high school, then college, then work, but it's not good enough for the audience. We need to start over here. From the speaker's point of view, it's backwards. But from your point of view, it matches perfectly to starting because you speak English and we start on the left and we go to the right. But from the speaker's point of view, where's the audience going to see the words coming out of my mouth have to match English left to right? Jenny, would you join me again, please? difference in your physiology when you're standing in front of people now? And this is specifically for Brittany. Brittany came because she wanted to get better at public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, can you tell us exactly why you showed up? Because you shared it with me earlier.
To be better at public speaking and build confidence.
And where do you suddenly feel in your body feeling nervous right now?
In my head.
In your head?
Yeah.
And your body language changed to do this. That's okay. That's fine. Join me up here and you can sit down. Okay, nice deep breath. All I want you to say is, hi, my name is Brittany.
Hi, my name's Brittany.
That's it. Where do you feel it in your body now? Any nervousness at all?
In my heart a little bit.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Means you're still alive. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's put your arms down to your side. Does that feel awkward, putting your arms down to your side?
It feels a little vulnerable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. How does it look to the audience?
Normal.
Normal. It looks real. Now keep that in mind that it feels weird for us standing up here. For you in particular, you're like, this is really awkward, not what I expected today. But it looks normal. Mm-hmm. We as the speaker who are in front of an audience have to keep in mind what looks normal and what looks confident in front of an audience. And your arms down to your side right now appears confident, appears normal. And if you wanted to make a statement, you could raise your hands to make a statement. So raise your hands. Statement! 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 And we're going to be sharing on the left. So copy me. Excellent. And sharing on the right. Doesn't it feel weird? Mm-hmm. It feels very weird to say on the left and stick your right arm out, and on the left and stick your left arm out. I mean, stick your left arm out, but say it on the right. Yeah. Bizarre. Bizarre. Brittany, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, now how do you feel after you're sitting down? Really? Are you glad that's over with?
Yeah.
You didn't expect to be called?
No.
No. And you could now do it, so come back up here and join me again. Thank you very much. Now that you've done it once, and your hands are held like this, and you now can think to yourself, oh, if I do that, I look more comfortable. Mm-hmm. So let's throw our hands up over our head, higher, higher, embarrassingly high. Embarrassingly high, higher, yes, yes. Now jump up and down. Okay, perfect, perfect. Now, where do you feel embarrassed?
My armpits.
Oh, I love it. No, this is perfect. All of us have a different place in our body that either perspires. One of my friends who's the mayor of Reno, her ears tingle. The perspiration under her armpits, her hands get sweaty. So whose hands get sweaty? See, that's a lot of people. That's 50%, 49.5%. Do you feel it on your face? Mm-hmm. Does your face get red?
Yeah.
Does your chest feel constricted or nothing at all?
Not really. No.
Okay, perfect. Any butterflies in your gut?
No, not right now.
So it's really armpits, face red, completely normal. And feeling awkward is putting our arms down by our side, but it looks normal. It's important to remember that. It needs to be awkward for us, the speaker. And you told me earlier that interviews were really kind of the place where you discovered, I need to get better at public speaking because of my interview process. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I will call you again.
Okay.
The interview process. Jenny, you want to join me, please? So Brittany, why don't you share with Jenny what you experienced during an interview process that made you come here to Toastmasters to get better at speaking?
I just noticed I couldn't think in the spot, and just got nervous and I just, yeah, I couldn't think clearly.
Thinking, Jenny can relate to this and I can relate to this. Being in the moment and realizing, oh, I need to sound smart in the moment. And it's really tough to have a good comeback, have a quick response that sounds smart, and also answers the interviewer's question. Jenny, have you had similar experiences where you were in the moment, running a whole board of people, and you had to read off of your cue card, you're like, damn.
Yeah, but I have more problems with prepared things than impromptu things.
Perfect. Brittany, do you have any experience with sharing prepared information that you...
It's a little easier for me to share prepared information. Imprompt is harder.
Impromptu is more difficult?
Yeah.
I also have a difficult time with impromptu as well as prepared speeches, and I've had to struggle through both. The concept of impromptu, where you're coming from, and prepared where you're coming from, what did you discover that you could get better at over time with prepared cue card speeches?
Practice.
And
Write it down.
And Brittany, that's exactly what we want to welcome you to come back to Toastmasters to do, is to practice. And we would all recommend that there's a section coming up later on called Table Topics. If you choose to volunteer, completely your choice, to participate in Table Topics, because it's an off-the-cuff answer to a question that you don't know until you hear it.
And it gives you practice in that feeling and kind of working through it.
Right. The concept of feeling it in your face, or me, I used to feel it if the butterflies more than anything else, and the sweaty hands is where I would feel it. And I would feel it in my throat too. I would get a little choked up in a way that I felt restricted in the volume of my voice, so I would feel it on my face, I would feel it in my throat, and I would feel it in my gut, just full of butterflies.
I have that throat closing thing on prepared speeches.
Perfect.
Yeah, like it's just like I'm allergic to something and I ate it. And it's like,
I'm allergic to having people in the audience.
yeah.
It's the worst kind of meal. I didn't order this dish. This was not on the menu. I don't know how it showed up. How did it get into the room? But my throat notices it.
Yeah.
And Jenny and I have been in Toastmasters for 1,000 years.
Yep, it's true.
And so, Brittany, from our point of view to you being brand new first time, the concept of coming in and practicing and falling on your face here with us in a warm, supportive environment is the best thing you can do. If you want to choose to be anywhere, I would highly recommend a Toastmasters environment like this, because it's a warm, welcoming, supportive environment, and I highly recommend flubbing up as much as you can. So the next time you're in an interview process and they ask a question, you could just take a nice deep breath, clear your head out for a few seconds. So that's my recommendation for you in an interview process. The question gets asked, the silence feels weighty, and in your mind you're like, is that what you go through when you're in an interview process and a question comes across and you realize, oh, I need to sound smart or have the right answer? And does your brain shut down?
Yeah.
Our recommendation for you is to breathe through that on purpose. Have a purposeful inhalation of oxygen. Not too overly dramatic about it, but you need to If you can make that happen on cue, we would love to see that on TikTok. Brittany, that's what we recommend. Spit out your gum during the interview process. We would love to get the feedback on that, and if you did or didn't get that job.
Do you want me to leave now?
No, that's perfect. That's so the concept of being here in Toastmasters and flubbing up like that, not even on purpose, as an accident, trying to hit me with gum,
Almost gotcha.
attacking me with gum. I feel attacked.
50.
Thank you. This is the environment you want to be able to do what Jenny just did and live through it and laugh through it with us and breathe through it with us. And Jenny, I noticed that you took a deep, deep breath after you spit the gum out. You know, it's inhaling on purpose, but not overly dramatically, gives you a little bit of tingling in your head, a little bit of lightheadedness in your head, a little bit of clarity that you're controlling. And maybe before you didn't think to breathe. And maybe before you didn't breathe at all during the interview process.
Are you doing in-person interviews now?
Yeah, in person.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
How many in-person interviews did you do when you realized, crap, I really need to nail this down and there's something that I'm not doing right, maybe Toastmasters can help? 4?
Mm-hmm.
Did you realize you were making the same, I want to get better at this 4 times in a row? I mean, for all 4 interviews?
Yeah, I knew I needed to practice more for all of them.
Right.
Then the last one I was really disappointed by, so I was like,
Perfect.
okay.
What do you wish you would have done differently on the 4th interview?
Probably had better examples and been more confident when I was answering questions.
So better examples, more confident. More confident will come from you just practicing flubbing up. Being more confident in taking a breather before you answer is one way to be more confident with your answer, is to take a step in the middle and then answer. Do you find that you rush into your answer and it's not the answer you wanted to give?
Yeah, sometimes I won't know the example I want to give, and then I'm trying to find it while I'm talking.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Has it occurred to you, and it never occurred to me in the beginning, so I had to come to Toastmasters to figure this out. But has it occurred to you to take a breath before answering with some example that you realize, oh, that's not the best example? Or did you just dive into the example and realize halfway through the example, oh, that's not the best example?
Someone gave me that advice to breathe before, and I haven't really been using it, but...
It's tough.
Yeah, it's hard.
Right in the middle, when somebody's looking at you eyeball to eyeball and they ask you a question, you don't think to go... But it's great to have that purposeful pause. The interviewer will think, oh, she's going to come up with a purposeful, logical answer to my question. She's going to provide an example that's going to blow me away. But that purposeful pause allows you to gather your thoughts and allows the interviewer to think, she's really going to put some thought into this. But it really gives you a chance to breathe. It's the psychology that you're sharing with that individual. Thank you. That you can just take a deep breath. Now, when you're giving an example and you realize halfway through the example on the 4th, 1, 2, so it's on this side of the stage, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you gave your 4th, but this is a really great place to demonstrate how we count from the stage to the audience, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you were giving your 4th example, or one of the examples in your 4th interview, did you realize halfway through your example that you could have given a better example?
Yeah, I didn't realize.
So next time you're in that position, you didn't breathe, and you jumped right into giving the example, and you're halfway through the example, you can change your mind. And you can tell the interviewer, you know what, I have a better example. I think that's a great way for you to interrupt your own process and take control of it in the moment. And you should say out loud to the interviewer, you know what, that's a bad example. Here's a better one. You should take that tool and use those actual words to change your direction verbally out loud in front of the interviewer for yourself and for the example that you're about to give. I think owning it and saying so out loud sounds scary, but they're going to see that I don't know what I'm talking about, so they're going to not hire me. But I think it shows that you have vast skills for improving on the spot when you improve on the spot out loud. You know what? That was a bad example.
I wouldn't say it was a bad example, though.
I'd say I have a better example.
Thank you.
20.
Thank
Hold
you.
on. I have a better example.
So just verbally, hold on, so just say it. Hold on, I have a better example.
Hold on, I have a better example.
Okay, now stand up from where you are.
Oh, hold on, I have a better example.
Okay, now say it twice as loud.
Hold on, I have a better example.
4 times as loud.
Hold on, I have a better example.
Okay, 40 times as loud. Louder.
Hold on, I have a better example.
Okay, wait. Hold on, I have a better example.
Hold on.
Like really dramatically, like ridiculous, like Disneyland dramatically, like character, just like Mickey Mouse, like crazy, like, hold on, I have a better example.
Hold on, I have a better example.
Okay, sit down, please. Thank you very much. How embarrassing was that?
It was hard.
Really? That concept of it being embarrassing and it being hard and it feeling hard and embarrassing while you're doing it, and I'm asking you again and again and again and again and again, and you having the physiology response to being asked to do it, doing it, realizing how ridiculous it sounds, and then being asked to do it 40,000 times louder and going, there is no 40,000 louder, Reid. What are you talking about? I'm not a 40,000er. And if you really over dramatically can do it in here, you can tone it down out there in the real world because you've been ridiculous in here. And this is a safe, inviting, welcoming, supportive place to do it ridiculously. Overly loud. Wait, I have a better example. Hold on, chotomate. If you speak Japanese badly, ne? So coming in here and just being ridiculous, falling on your face and good. Best way for you to turn around and go outside and do some winning routines. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Brittany, thanks for participating.
Thank you.